Hello and welcome. Without wasting time, let's get straight into it. Would beating Henry Cejudo make Aljamain Sterling greatest bantamweight of all time? UFC champ responds. In my eyes, I still look at Dominic Cruz as that guy if we're just talking straight up stats as a champ. But I get this done, I think it's going to be a tough debate, Sterling said on his YouTube channel. Whether you want to consider the modern day MMA more valid than the older days, but you know, stats are stats, Sterling said. Records are meant to be broken, and we will see what happens after this. I'll let the fans decide on that. For me, I'm comfortable in my own skin, so whether I'm first or second, life is good. Just to be a part of that conversation is a blessing. Kamaru Usman sees Khamzat Chimaev as logical next opponent, eyes fourth Leon Edwards fight. A fight with myself and Khamzat? Boom, Usman told ESPN. And if he, Edwards, keeps winning, I think that's a fourth fight for sure. I'm kind of in a place now where I'm having fun with it, so it's like, what's the biggest, most fun, most intense fight that really makes me feel something? That's a fight right there. He's a fighter, and I'm a fighter at the end of the day. I fight these guys hard, not their weight. I've been able to deal with middleweights in the gym and sometimes light heavyweights in the gym. If he wants a shot at the welterweight strap, you kind of have to give a little bit and show I can get down here. If he's able to do it, yeah, potentially. And if it's up at a weight, yeah, potentially, as well. There's not a ton of interesting fights. I'm being honest with you, Usman said. That fight, Chimaev, is the no. One fight, biggest one out there that makes sense. That's a pay-per-view in itself. Wonderboy, Thompson, is the last guy from my era that I haven't fought. We were kind of on this collision course and kind of kept missing each other. It's an intriguing fight, it's a crazy style to deal with. And it's a crazy one, but Conor McGregor always said he wanted a third title. Didn't he? When I was champion, you can't just waltz up, skip everybody, and fight for the belt. You've got to at least show some legitimacy, and what's better legitimacy than the number one guy in the division? It makes sense. Justin Gaethje says Dustin Poirier turned down Ultimate Fighter coaching role, and he doesn't blame him. Before I signed the Fiziev fight, they asked if I wanted to do the Ultimate Fighter against Poirier, and he said no, Gaethje said on Daniel Cormier's YouTube channel. I don't blame him. I wouldn't do it if I was him when you've got that much money. What, you're going to pay me $80 to go F-King 6 weeks away from my family? No, thanks. I'd rather have a championship fight, Gaethje said. Kamaru Usman falling in love with the sport again after second loss to Leon Edwards at UFC 286. People were more upset that I lost than I was, Usman said in a recent episode of Hotboxing with Mike Tyson. People were devastated. I know that I'm the best welterweight, for sure, in the division, I know that. But I'm just in the place where I'm loving the sport again, falling in love with the sport again. I've been training now and I just feel stronger. I'm doing certain things, and I'm liking that process again. When I look back on my journey to becoming champion, and defending over and over and over, it was the journey. I remember in my white Nissan Maxima, tinted out, just me and my daughter. She's in the car seat in the back, we drive to the gym, get done, go to Babies R Us, hang out for an hour. I knew what song to play in the car, knock her out, she's asleep, get home, put her to bed. That was my routine, that was my structure, and I was in love with that process. Then you get to the top and it's like, no, you've got to go here for this interview, you've got to go to LA for that, you've got to go do the show. Now I've been gone for 3 weeks and I haven't even spent time with my daughter. I'm loving the process right now, and I'm loving falling in love with the sport again to where, for me, I might just want to pop out in the next couple months and beat somebody up again, Usman said. I'm really starting to feel that, but it's on my own terms now. Anthony Smith questions how excited John Jones would be to face Sergey Pavlovich. He wants to beat the greatest of all time at heavyweight, and I totally get that, Smith told Low Kick MMA. But after that, then what is there? At some point in time, John's going to be like, man, I want to do some other SHT, something else I want to do with my life, because I think about that sometimes, too. I'm going to be 35 this summer and I'm by no means talking about retirement, but there is a light at the end of this tunnel and it's closer than it used to be. John's a little bit older than I am, so I'm sure that he's having those same conversations. Alright, this is a lot of fun and I'm going to keep doing this for a little bit, But there's other stuff I'm sure that John wants to do, and after that, how excited is John really going to be for Sergey Pavlovich? I would love to see Sergey versus Cyril Gane, Stipe versus John, and we'll see what happens, Smith added. That will be all for today. Thank you for watching.